Going on, guys, and Naz here on the Spooling Up channel. It's been a little bit of time since I've done some work on the Mk2 Xr2, but today I'm going to resume works on the car. I've got brand new hydraulic lifters or tappets because the engine didn't sound so smooth, sounded like there was a little bit of rattling in there, so that's what I suspect. Valve stem oil seals, while I'm working in that area I may as well do them also. Rocker cover and rocker cover gasket. I've freshly painted my rocker cover, and also I've got a brand new K&N air filter to go on the car. So without further ado, let's get started. Right guys, so I'm going to try and spray this rocker cover myself, just for now, just to keep it nice and protected, because the way it is now it's just going to get rusty and damaged. So I'm going to give it a spray, starting off with primer, and then hopefully one day I'll get it resprayed professionally, but just for now I'm going to do the best I can just to protect it. Okay, so I now have the rocker cover in primer and I have it ready to be sprayed black, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get some colour on it, and then I'll be prepping it for the lacquer. I now have the rocker cover sprayed in a gloss black. It's just time for me to prep it for the lacquer, and then once I've done that I'll be leaving it to dry. I'll get on with doing the valve stem oil seals and the hydraulic lifters, and then hopefully the car will sound a lot better. I have completed spraying the rocker cover now. As you can see, well, it definitely turned out a lot better than I expected. You can see my reflection in it. So I'm going to be leaving it like this for now. At the moment I'm currently spraying the cap for it, then it will go on the car and we'll see how it looks, but it turned out a lot better than I thought I could get it to turn out. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I will still be getting someone to spray it eventually, someone to do it professionally, but I'm very happy with the work I've done. First things first, what I'm going to do is remove the individual rockers for each valve and each cylinder, and I'll just be doing that by removing the 13mm nut on top. Here are all of the rockers that I've removed, and I'm just keeping them in order so that they go back in exactly the same place when I go to put these all back on the engine with the new tappets and new valve stem oil seals. Now it should be pretty simple to just pull these out like so, and these are one of the things that I'm going to be replacing. These are the hydraulic lifters or tappets, whatever you prefer to call them. So I'm just going to pull all of them out. Now I did actually read somewhere that these can become a bit sharp at the bottom. As you can see, this looks like it's been worn away a little bit, and you've got to be careful when you're pulling them out of the boards that they sit in, because you can actually score them and damage them when you're trying to pull them out. Okay, so with all of the tappets removed, now what I'm going to do is remove my HT leads and take the spark plugs out, so I can start doing, make sure I get the engine to top dead center, and then I can start removing the valve collets, the top hats, the springs, so I can get down to the valve stem oil seals. Right guys, so I'm not too sure how well you can see things down there, but that mark on the alternator pulley, which is linked to the crankshaft pulley, is lined up with my timing mark 0 on the timing belt cover, which ensures me that my engine's at top dead center. I've just double checked by dropping a small extension bar into the bore for the spark plug, and now I can start removing the valve spring top hats, valve springs and the collets. Okay, so I've just done the valve stem oil seal for the cylinder number 1 inlet valve and cylinder number 1 exhaust valve. They're looking pretty good down there. I'm just going to show you how I've done it. Cylinder number 4 at the end here is also at top dead center, so I'm going to start stripping this side down and show you how I did it. Here is the valve spring compressor tool set up. Just going to start winding this bolt down, and it will put pressure down on the top hat and the valve spring. The valve should stay where it is, and then I can remove the valve collets on the inside. So I'm just going to wind that down now, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's compressed. Okay, so here is my valve spring compressor fully compressed down, and as you can see the valve stem is poking up through the top hat. Now I should be able to just use my magnet and remove these collets. Again, you don't want to lose them, because if they drop down you'll find it hard to to locate them again and pick them up. So I'm going to take both of them off. There is another split half on the other side. Just need to put the camera down to do that. Then I'll slack the tool off, and the valve spring and top hat should pop up. Right, so now that I've removed the compressor tool, the valve spring and top hat comes off, and we've revealed the valve stem oil seal right down the bottom of the valve. Okay, so now I've removed the old valve stem oil seal. I've got my new one here. I've just put a little bit of clean oil in and around it so it slides onto the valve stem nice and easily, and I'm just going to push it down to the bottom, make sure it's seated nicely, and then that's pretty much the valve stem oil seal done. Obviously the spring and the top hat and the collets have to go back on, but for now that's basically what I've done on the cylinders that I've changed the valve stem oil seals. Right, so here I have my new tappets. They've been soaking in oil for a little over 24 hours now. So all I'm going to do is get these fitted, and all I have to do is get a little bit of oil, smear it into the bore. You can do this with cam lube if you've got cam lube, so I've read anyway. And then I'm just going to be dropping all of the tappets in, and then fit the rocker arms on, torque them up, and then start getting the rocker cover gasket rocker cover on, and then my new air filter. Okay, so I've got all my new tappets in, all lubed up and ready to go, and the rocker arms are all in place and torqued up too. So I'm ready now to get the rocker cover gasket and rocker cover on. I also need to put my spark plugs back in and reattach my leads. Battery needs to go on as well, but we're not far away now. Here's the rocker cover in all of its glory. Just got to connect the last two hoses, just do those clips up. But if you remember what it looked like before, or you've watched all the way through the video, you'll know that it's definitely a lot better than it was before. So here is the new air filter that I have for the car. I did have one of these before, but it got lost when all the work was being done to it all those years ago, and I'm glad I was able to find a new one online. Just quickly show it to you. So that's what it looks like. Gonna go ahead and get this on now as well. It should make the engine bay look a lot nicer too, and obviously protect the carburetor from any bits of dirt and debris that will get in it. I have been covering it with a plastic sheet, but now this is there, that will no longer be needed. And of course these actually sound really good on the car as well. I know I don't have it on the road at the moment, but I have heard what these sound like on the CVH engines, and it's pretty sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on as well. That's it now. I mean, pretty much done. Just a few more things left. I just have to connect the battery up, and then I'll give the car a crank, and I really hope it does start. It's been a while, and then once it's running, I think a lot of those noises that I was getting before, those annoying rattly tapping noises, would have hopefully been coming from the tappets. And then I think, I'm not too sure what the next job to do is. I am waiting to get this car into a garage so that I can get the bodywork done, but it will be my own garage so that I can dry store the car. And I have another loom indoors as well. I'm going to be getting someone to do some repairs on that as a spare loom, and I'll be throwing that one on the car and taking this one off because it's got damage and some of the plugs are broken and missing. So I'll get a new loom sorted for this as well. Right, so as you can hear, Everything in the engine bay is miles more smooth than it was before. That annoying rattling tappity noise is completely gone. The car's running really smoothly. I'm really happy with it. The sprayed rocker cover and the new K&N air filter look great together as well, so I'm really happy with it. The next thing I'll do, I'm not too sure for now. I have bought an easy bleed system for bleeding the brakes because I struggled last time by myself. So I'll just see if I can get any air out with that next, I think. But yeah, I'm waiting at the moment to move into a property with a garage so I can get the car in there, take better care of it. Because like I've said before, I don't want to start getting work done on the car, on the bodywork, just to leave it on a driveway with a cover on it to rot again. It's not what I want to do. I want to get the car into a garage, so that's why I haven't really been doing loads and loads of things at the moment. I'm saving money at the moment, but I will be doing bits and bobs over the next couple of weeks, and as soon as the car gets into a garage, the real proper work will begin, and hopefully I end up with a really nice mint car at the end of it. But guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for coming to watch the video on the Spooling Up channel, and thanks for any subscribers that have come recently. Any video views and comments, it all means a lot. Thank you very much.